The world of Santara is an ancient and beautiful world with rich history spanning across the ages. The first age, the age of creation, teaches us that the Supreme Solano created the world and then divided it by the great aspects: order, chaos, nature, materium, astral, and shadow. After the creation of the aspects was the formation of a mystic force forever after known as magic, and the birth of the first sentient species, the toadkin. For 20 millennia, the toadkin thrived, reaching great heights of civilization, with magic power to rival gods themselves, capable of moving between the physical and the astral realms at will. Eventually, their way of life fell apart, and the cities fell into ruin. Those that remained were divided by faith, separated by the great aspect that they had worshipped. Civil war tore the toadkin apart, leaving only a small handful of survivors fleeing to the swamplands, bringing an end to the first age, the age of creation. The second age is known as the Draconic Age. This age is marked by the handful of the toadkin that survive in petty small kingdoms, still fighting for survival. But the rise of a new sentient species threatens their existence, the lizardkin. Divided into different clans, which are all led by a dragon priest, the lizardkin and their individual clans answered to the great dragon, Eli If the Purple. A terrible and frightening creature, better described as an eldritch horror. The great dragon would lead the lizardkin in a war against other dragons with aim to dominate them, bringing them into Eli If's dark empire. The Draconic Age would leave the land scarred, covered by draconic beings such as worms and wyverns. After achieving dominance, Eli If plunged Santara into an age of terror and darkness, and her power would continue into the Third Age. The Third Age is forever known as the Dark Age. As the dark empire of Eli If continued to thrive, new species would rise from the chaos: Orc-kin and Goblin-king. It is still unknown if the hordes of the orcs and the riders of the goblins were created by Eli If herself, but nonetheless they quickly fell under her control. The species together would pull upon draconic magic and would wage war upon those who would dare stand against the dragon. At the very end of the Dark Age, heroes rose to face the darkness: Elfkin, Fey-born, being one with nature and feeling the imbalance that was being caused by the Dark Empire. The elves pledged to overthrow it and shone bright, bringing an end to the Dark Age. Yet the war waged on, even into the Age of Light. Eli If outmatched the forces rallied against her, and the Fey-born elves knew they could not win alone. An alliance was born between the elves, the remnants of the ancient toadkin, and dwarfkin, eager to prove themselves as they rose from their cavernous homeland deep underground. The toadkin brought magic and secrets which empowered the forces of the alliance, and the dwarves brought industrious steel. Bolstered by their allies, the pendulum began to swing in favor of the alliance, and the war was finally won when a hero rose amongst the Fae: Otrail Forgint. Otrail devised a cunning plan to lure Eli If into a trap that would bring her demise. Together with his trusted companions, Otrail fought valiantly against her. However, she proved her strength yet again. Knowing they had no chance of success, the heroes settled for sealing Eli If away in a deep underground trap. A lone survivor who became a legend. Pockets of the Dark Empire fled the surface and now inhabit the underground in search of their mistress, so far still afraid to come to the surface and face the light. The Fifth Age, the Age of the Fae, saw the alliance begin to crumble. The dwarves formed kingdoms in the mountains, returning to the underground ritually to scour and thin out the remaining races of the Dark Age: orcs, goblins, and lizardkin. The Fae themselves retreated to the lowlands and forests, forming their own republics. The toadkin still clung to their former glory in the dank swamplands. Santara enjoyed a period of peace and salvation. Yet, under the surface, the Dark Empire continued to plot. Even in her prison, Eli If the Purple continued to rule over her faithful. and whilst the orcs and goblins squabbled, her most loyal followers begun to evolve. The lizardkin, still led by their surviving dragon priests, grew in power, in secret, ever a threat to the alliance above that was no more. Chaos once again brought order to task in the Sixth Age. The Republic of the Fae was no more. Engorged with immortality and power, a splinter group of elves in service to the aspect of shadow begun to sow the seeds of civil war, and the Fae War begun. The Dark Fae, banished to the cold Arctic regions of Centaura, plotted to overthrow the Light Fae, who remained in the woodlands. Back and forth, the elves continued to wage war against each other, leading them into ruin. As the Fae destroyed themselves from within, the forces underground began to rumble. Led by the dragon priests, orcs, goblins, and lizardkin began in earnest to encroach upon the dwarven kingdoms, knowing that their allies would pay them no heed. As Centaura continued to boil with war and turmoil, the peace-loving halflings and their taller, more adaptive cousins, the humans of the nearby Silurian Empire, finally cast their attention to the terrors on the surface realm. Yet it was too little, too late. The Fae War erupted, and the opposing magics of the light and dark Fae collided in a cataclysmic explosion. Nature versus chaos, leaving naught but abominations of twisted flora and fauna to roam in the shadows, to pick at the survivors of the once great Fae. And deep under the ground, the shackles of an ancient prison shatter. A new age has begun, and whilst war wages all around Centaura, humankind takes centre stage, and as the dust settles, we are all left to wonder, what will come next?
And now the time has come. Welcome back, as this is going to be a bit of a special stream, as this is the beginning of the longer term commitment for proper streaming. So right around this time is whenever I'll start streaming, and I'll be going, I'm not quite sure on how long, but the first series that we'll be going through quite regularly, and you heard the backstory for the intro, and if you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a video in the beginning of the playlist, which is just the backstory for everything that's going on right now. But we are playing Age of Wonders 4, with our own little bit of the background story coming into it. So when it comes to this, we have basically a fun little game. Age of Wonders, the series, the best way to describe it is Civilization mixed with D&D. And whenever we go to fight the battles, unlike in Civilization, where it just kind of whacks at a dice roll, we can actually go down and fight the battles ourselves. So it makes for a fun little beat them up type of thing. Now, for anybody who watches my usual CK3 content, it's not going to be disappeared completely, just a little burnt out on it, and we'll get back into CK3 a little bit later on. We're going to have like a few different series, as I want to primarily be a variety streamer. So let's begin this adventure together. So, from the background story that was going through, we have ourselves the land of Centaura. Now, Centaura is pretty old at this point, and it's seen a lot of calamity, and recently just awoken from her prison is Eliath, the Purple. She is a very large, powerful eldritch dragon, leading lizard folk, which are under her influence, as we will see them in other playthroughs. They are currently the Dark Culture, which just allows them to use basically a different type of magic. They're kind of like an in-between, like a heavy melee focus and a heavy magic focused. Now we start in the underground. There is also the above ground where we can mess around and do different things around that. So we'll be seeing about all that sort of little stuff. Now, we're going to be waiting for our population to oh, sorry about that. Waiting for the population to expand. And then we can start claiming different tiles. Each one of them are a little different, but we'll probably grab this one or this one, as they both have very nice deposits on them. We also have a nice little area around. Now, being that we are in the underground, we have the ability to dig out these earthen basic little zones here. And they could be hiding goodies, or they could be hiding monster spawners. Now, we'll get quests and stuff like that to go out and do different things. It just really depends on what's going to go on. Our banner is purple with a red, evil-looking eye, which is the eye of Eliath herself. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with our building queue, where we're going to start with a workshop. Moving into a storage, then a library, a shrine, and then the experimentation. That basically takes up all of our starting gold. Now, we are playing as a Dragon Lord, and they take up a lot of starting currency, but a lot of the war gear that we get will just turn into her Dragon Horde, and we'll gain a lot of money from that. Now, let's take a look at the tones. Now, these are just the different books of magic where you're starting out with... Ooh, I never actually noticed down here that I told you. But we are starting out with the Tone of Evolution. Basically, it's a dragon themed where we can evolve units and basically helping everything get to their final stage a lot quicker. Now, I'm going to lock Draconic... Speech impediment coming up already. But our Draconic... I cannot say that today. But we're going to start out with the Summon the Wyvern Fledglings. These things are basically little young wyverns, and they'll be pretty good at stomping out... Well, not stomping out, but they're nice, quick, reconnaissance units compared to the basic ones that we start out with. And we're going to use Eliath just to go ahead and start beating down people. Or in this case, it's just going to be beating down a little gremlin and a plantoid person. Now, through the backstory, there's basically something that we're going to do with this playthrough is, as each one of them ends and we move further on, the world state, whatever we happen to have, will affect the next game we're going into. So in our background, we were basically talking about how the elves got into a civil war and created a massive situation where a whole bunch of evil demonic beings and plantoids have come to be. And they've run around, started basically trying to butcher people. You know, kill everybody. So they're going to be one of the common enemies from the monster spawners that we're going to run into. Eliath, being a dragon, and she's a chaos dragon, so she's a fire dragon, has fire breath. Powerful breath weapon. Now, I am using a few mods. The most important ones is basically we have the Tone of the Dragon Lords, which is just a little add-on of multiple different dragon lore. Basically, it's dragon themed. Just extends a little bit because I wasn't too satisfied with just the dragon itself. We also have the Tones of the Giants, which will basically allow you to bring in like fire giants, ice giants, that sort of stuff. And the AI has access to all of this as well. And the two big mods that we have going on is the extended culture, so we have a lot more units than the base game. And then finally, I have my own personal mod where I've just gone and tweaked the AI, so just ignore what it says on here. When it comes to the AI, whenever you go and see it, it's under the influence of the mod, where it's going to act just a little bit differently, and it should adjust and bounce around a lot better. It's something I've been playing with for a good few months now. It's part of the reason why I've been gone for a little while, stream-wise. So Eliath will just quickly take out those plant toids. And we're going to use one of our spells to hit the gremlins. And gremlins get bounced around fairly easily. And should be able to finish it off. Oh, they bounced over into that area, so that's nice. Should be able to breathe fire again, and it should take them down. So whenever we annex this tile eventually, it does have a mana node, and we'll be able to access the mana node without any issue when that comes around. And we already have ourselves a monster spawner over here. Actually, it looks like we have a decent spot from the looks of it. And we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Alrighty, so now we're going to take Eliath and go and take out this little goodie area. And we got a lesser stone spirit, which that will be handy, just an extra unit. We'll throw it on to Eliath herself. I think Eliath should be able to handle the She does have fire under her advantage. And we can use the stone spirit basically as cannon fodder. Oh, also another mod that I am using is the level 30 characters. It affects the player and the AI as well. Should be able to do a lot of damage. And we're going to use our healing spell on Eliath. Right now, it's going to do a good little bit for her. But later on, as she gets stronger and stronger, it's not going to do as much. So the big thing about the level 30 mod is it also does, you unlock 2 skills per level. So it is going to increase our, basically all heroes that we're going to run into are going to be a little bit stronger in comparison. Let's see. We could just finish it off with a spell, why not? Oh, we got ourselves a nice spear and some free mana and some draft. So we're going to take the rewards, and that spear is going to start giving us basically a little bit more gold. Now let's go ahead and give ourselves a cultist to start out with. That should help us out on that. And let's continue. In 2 turns, we can start getting our scouts out and about. And we're just going to be popping them out by the dozen. I like to use the wyvern fledglings heavily when it comes to the early game to go out and just explore. Let's see. And then a couple punishers after we get that ought to make a nice party. Let's have the spirit go over this way. Now that we have Eliath in friendly territory, she is going to heal a lot quicker. And one thing I want before anything else is to have this quarry, just so we can build things a bit quicker. Our production went up, our workshop's going to go on a little bit better. A couple of punishers. And here we go. Now we have our first... Actually, we have a nice little area right here. Oh, we did level up. So let's level up Eliath. Now, Dragon Lords can't use armor and stuff, so this category over here is just going to be completely... Now, we can find add-ons for our Dragon Claws, but they're pretty hard to find. Eliath in all of her glory here. A very fancy dragon. So let's go ahead and upgrade. Now, being that we can do 2 at once, I want to take Heightened Senses, and then take Heightened Senses number 2, which is going to make us immune to... We have all-around awareness, which is going to give us immunity to flank damage. And being that we are we're classified as a gigantic unit, so flanking damage is pretty dangerous, but now we don't have to worry about it because we don't take flanking damage. Now we can start summoning our fledgling wyverns. And now we're going to get Draconic Vitality. A minor race transformation, but it will be quite good for what we need. Let's go to our spellbook, and we want to go ahead and just start. Can't queue it up over and over, but we're going to... What is the upkeep? So we're going to build a few of them. Four isn't bad. Let's have the spirit go around, start digging stuff up for us. So there's one of our wyverns. And we're just going to have it go explore. As our little arm, basically our first little army is building up with Eliath. Looks like it's immediately deciding that it's just going to head up to the surface realm, which that's fine. I don't mind that at all. So we're just going to summon up another wyvern. And let it go do its thing. Found another iron deposit, that's nice. One more turn and we'll be able to take up a few more of the mana nodes, so that's nice. And another mana node has been discovered, so 3 of them. Really close. Very, very nice. And it looks like we have the Arctic region above us. And, oh, we have ourselves a tranquil pool. So this is a special area. And it looks like we have a serpent. So, looks like we got an ogre's keep. I wanted to explore just a little bit more around here, see what we got. Another gold mine. Might have something special over here. Looks like we are actually properly closed off. Unless this area here opens up, which it doesn't look like it. And if that's the case, then we're going to put our next city very, very soon. How are you doing? Alrighty, we got ourselves Draconic Fertility, and we're gonna just start grabbing ourselves some other things. Oh, yeah, some good old CK3. Yeah, I needed personally a break from CK3 or I was gonna go crazy if I did another straight game from it. But now I'm here and I'm gonna be trying to do a lot more regular streaming, so... Here we go. And we can go ahead and annex ourselves another territory. And I want definitely another one of our magic areas. I was hoping it would show something a little better. Oh, I've tried the new DLC. Like, I've already messed around with it. Actually had a little early access to it. Like, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't want to corner myself into CK3 and nothing but. Nice Arctic area. Oh, hello. We've got ourselves a culture up there. Looks like a minor city. That's a place that we can go over and hit and explore. Let's see where we are on the edge of the map. So we're in a decent little spot. Kind of up in the corner, not bad. Definitely going to concentrate in the underground for a little while. Let's see if we have enough to do a few things. Definitely going to take seafaring. That'll just allow our units to go into the water, do some things, and we want our chaos. Basically take a little bit of everything. Yeah, but that's not bad because most of the games I play anyways are Paradox. Just need one more unit and then we'll stamp out all of the little mobs around us. Now, one thing I did change with my little AI adjustment is we're gonna have, like, if we leave these things alone long enough, they will turn into monster spawners. Just wait. Eliath is a strong monstrosity, and we got a Spirit Hawk. Another good free reconnaissance unit. Actually, this city ruin rate, oh my, that is actually a really nice spot. Fires a hero unit. We might have her just hop up real quick and grab this area and worry about getting over here later on. Because it doesn't look like there's anything really important in this Arctic area. Outside of the rare magic resource. Yeah, Millennia is pretty fun, from what I've managed to mess around with. I'm a big Civilization fan, and it just kind of makes the basically the existing formula a little differently. And we got ourselves enough to annex another territory, so yep, we are going to go ahead and build ourselves another mana node. We do want to have a nice buffer when it comes to just how much magic we have coming in at any given moment. We had another free rock spirit, that would be nice just for getting things around. Another... Oh, we'll get to deal with this so-called hero over here, a dragon slayer. Now they do a lot of damage, Dragon Slayer. But we'll go deal with them in a moment. Let's beat down these mobs. Got ourselves our lizard folk. Our nice cultist back here. So we're just gonna rush these guys up. Now it'd be nice if we accidentally come across another dragon, because we can attempt to dominate it with Eliath. And getting another dragon early on would be very nice. Bit of a threat to her, but we'll hit them with a good old breath attack. Dark warriors do charge damage primarily with their heavy weapons. Move our archers, and it should take them out. Move our guys up a little bit more. Let's have our cultists use their attack. Go. Luckily, the dark culture does on default frost damage, so a lot of the plantoids that we're going to run into aren't going to be as much of an issue. But there is a few of them that are a bit of an issue to deal with, to say the least. On our first real nice buff spell that we have, and debuff spell. Well, just a debuff straight out. And that is just Beautiful Curse. I say we're doing quite fine. Let's move them down to take on that group of 5. Just make sure there's nothing over here. Nope. Let's dig out this big old area. And a monster spawner spawned right there. That's nice. Definitely want to get the world tree. That extra food would be really nice. So I think we're actually just going to have her go ahead up to the surface. I could work on another hero and send them instead. Let's go ahead and get our production and everything else settled. Haunted graveyard over there. continue just looking around. Now I do have all the DLC, so we do have the new Beast Lords stuff. Let's see. I forget what these things actually turn into. Could go ahead and use a minor race transformation, but we're going to save that for now, just until we have a little better established economy. Yeah, this is a really nice spot. It has multiple rare resources. An underground area. Let's just have Eliath start on her way up. Go ahead and gather another mana node. Does it slow down our research a little bit to go with 3 mana nodes right from the start? Oh, an assassin's dagger. Yeah, it does, but we'll be okay. All of these nice ruins around us. I'm gonna have her come over to these ruins. And then we're gonna make a beeline for that quest just so it doesn't get any worse. Alrighty, we got ourselves Beautiful Curse. So when we go take on that Dragon Slayer, that's going to make a lot of good use on it. And we can go ahead and get ourselves our next level 1 tome. And we are going to be taking Pyromancy. Very decent. Lets us have a lot more fire-based weapons and magic.
Fire is sacred. It is the beginning and the end. It is passion and destruction. It is life and death.
I think while we're doing that, we're going to summon up another Wyvern fledgling and have it go around and do its thing. And another major wonder over here. I might just have this city here, have another one over here somewhere. Maybe like up here. We'll see what's all on that island in a moment. Let's see. Night is nice. It does fire damage. We're gonna lock that and go for the Pyromancer. And we can summon up another wyvern fledgling. Have it start exploring the area. Oh, a lesser snow spirit. And we're gonna have it kind of stay around here after we get it all worked on. Oh, and the Astral Dew is on the city tile. So that's very nice. A dragon's lair. And there is a young fire dragon. But the Horned God is a tough unit right now. It would be very difficult for Elias to take that thing down at the moment. But we will have to clear out some of these monster spawners. Oh yeah, we're gonna kill the thief. Nobody steals from us. Alrighty, let's rebuild this city. Nice little area right here. Could lead to something more over this way. We'll have it on the surface. That way it can at least expand more. Oh, we'll have to actually take a good look. We'll see. Underground Laboratory and Arcane Institute. And let's get ourselves a Dread Spire. Get our Tier 2 units ready to go. Let's go ahead and build ourselves up another army. And when it's done, we'll recruit ourselves our first hero. One more turn, we can expand again. Alrighty, this little group of monsters is actually a little bit of a threat. It does have a druid problem, where we gotta deal with. Some more sentient plant life. Now that thing might have a spell that's a one-hit kill, so we gotta be careful of it. Them in the forest. Better protect us. Put them there to pressure that. Charge them. Should take out the weak guys. There we go, the rolls didn't mess us up that time. Bring our cultists up and start. Let's hit these guys with a beautiful curse. Move Eliath up, and let's hit this bunch with her fire breath. There we go. Oops, that was a decent enemy spell there. No, it wasn't an enemy spell, it was just the just place of the units. This thing up here. English, how does it work today? There we go. Move Goliath to start bringing them down. Let's see. And our cultists up. Another strike. Almost finishes it off. And she died to the poison damage. So now we're just going to wait for that city to build so we can heal up the units. A wind spirit. Let's go and get in that tower and have a little look around. Almost ready to expand again. I'm gonna start digging out more of the underground though. Okay, we can get ourselves our next level of nature. So when that city founds, it should have one population to start out with. This will allow us to increase our city cap, so right now it's 4 instead of 3. And we can have ourselves another hero. So we are going to go ahead and get ourselves another hero. Let's see, who do we want? Who wants to be our dragon priest? This one here, he has a base staff, so that's quite nice. Gives them a heal. And we're gonna take him and adjust just so they are to the proper naming convention. So this is the first of our dragon priests. Dragon priests are any of our heroes. Basically, they are Eliaph's seconds. So we've got that down now. Let's increase his physique to match the rest of the race. It's supposed to be a darker green with we want the paint. There we go. With the special markings, and now let's go and give ourselves the outfit that we want. They are priests, so we want them to kind of have the religious robes. He could be a necromancer. I think that works nice. And they'll all have goldish armor. Or maybe we'll... Actually, let's give the priests purple. Since they worship a purple dragon, they should have a color of purple armor. Which one we want to use? Ah, there we go. I already got kind of a purplish robe. Actually, let's give him white armor. Just kind of looks nice. Alrighty, and our first hero is ready to go. They've got ourselves a frost staff. Could give them a assassin's dagger to help with any melee attacks. Now they're already a ranged unit, so we're gonna actually get rid of one of our archers for another close unit. Go with a slinger hatchling. And we're gonna get rid of the other archer in that case. Go for another dark warrior. Got a lot of good little things around us, item-wise. Very nice. Where did that spirit go? There it is. There's a lot of little goodies around us. Another dragon lair. that's the same one from earlier. Let's go ahead and give ourselves another. Ooh, we've got ourselves a rare resource down here. Keep on digging. And we've ran into the halflings. So this is the Lord Protector of the halflings. In this case, Lady Protector. They are subservient to the Solarian Empire, which is actually off of the map, but they might have expeditionary forces around. So we're going to give them a threatening welcome because we don't like them. I'm just going to say goodbye, as we can see that they are not too far away from us, actually. They're a feudal realm. Hostile army of nasty plantoids there. Don't really need more money at the moment. Could use some farmland to help grow the population. And then we'll pick up this gold next. And we have found one of the two different elven factions, the Dark Fae. They are also a dark culture, but they have a little bit of differences. They have a lot more mounted units as they ride nightmares, and we're going to give them a gift because we can actually ally with them. They are dark aligned. This group of the Fae have drifted away from the ones that fought us in the distant past. So potentially allying with them would be a very advantageous goal. Just wait for the city to be founded again. Have enough? Yes, we do. I want all my tier 1 units to no longer cost me an arm and a leg. Arkan's blood is over here. That is nice. And we got ourselves our Pyromancer, so we want... Oh, we've got a nice choice actually, but Ignite? Very nice spell. This city's gonna be very, very good. Might end up making it the capital, depending on what we find over here. Just... Is that another gold vein? Yep. As long as we don't find anything too threatening, it should be okay. summon another wyvern here. Moving them around. I was hoping we wouldn't have anything crazy. Or this would open up more, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Because we can't claim, like, these little, passageways. So this area, it'll be decent. We'll be able to put a whole bunch of different, like, little structures and stuff, but it looks like this is the extent of what we can do. And get out of the Black City radius. And just more chaos. Now, as we get more and more evil, we will be able to start getting some other things. And we've got a new city, and we want our Dragon Priest to be the governor of it. And we want down here just so it grows a little quicker, and we're gonna go ahead and hit this area down here. Clear out this monster spawn, well, this group of monsters. That tower kind of looks like Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. I should have done it over here and gotten more than just those two. Oh well. Strengthen and weaken at the same time. It's a decent little thing we have. And we had a bad roll there. Let's see if we get a good roll here. There we go. Decent, decent. Now that red fire dragon, young one that we saw earlier, we could have it grow, potentially. If we're not careful. Gonna hit this guy with a beautiful curse. Should finish it off. Oh, of course, they heavily... And they really messed that one up. Took out our own archer unit due to a bad roll. Goliath is strong. we go. Oh wow, that's a really nice one for a melee character. Now we don't have any real access to it. Now we're going to have to take on that Dragon Slayer relatively soon. And we did level up. So the first thing that we're definitely going to do is take... Dragon Beth, the cone, and we're going to take Quick Breath. Just so we know, actually, I'm going to take the Roar ability. This will give people, basically it buffs everybody around us, and then we'll take Cone. Very nice little area for that. Now we're going to go ahead and build ourselves a workshop. Followed by the Palisade, just because we do have that monster spawner very close to us. And then a storage house, library, shrine, experimentation, and that'll finish that off. Now instead of another archer unit, I'm going to pick up a pyromancer and I'm going to speed it up. There we go. Give us some more fire damage for our output. Since we have a lot of issues around us right now. And as soon as Eliath is all the way healed up, we're going to go take on that Dragon Slayer. Oh, don't you dare come over here and try to found a city. If you try to found a city, I will smack you. Might have one of our first wars. Fairly quickly. Alrighty, this gives us some chaos affinity if we succeed. And we failed. Yeah, that's fine, it's nothing too big to worry about. I absolutely adore the soundtrack of this basic area. Well, not area, but just game in general. And we're getting closer for a another one, and we can go ahead and take Iron mine. What do we want? We don't need the mana. But it could use production. Now, we'll get the full use out of this whenever we come over here and clear this out, but we're not going to do it with Eliath. We're going to do it with the hero who actually is the governor of the city. As soon as their force is done being produced. And we have found one of our first primary rivals, which are the dwarves. Gonna threaten them. The dwarves are somewhere underground, it looks like. Potentially somewhere over in that direction. Some very nice resources we have down here around the Black City. Won't be long before it opens up again. First one of our dungeons that we can clear out. We're just gonna wait. Yeah, we're gonna go over here and demolish the crazies. So we're gonna be starting a little war with the halflings. And we could go with fire arrows, weapon enhancement. So we're gonna go destroy this. And then deal with that Dragon Slayer. An outpost, and they're probably, yeah, they're trying to found a city. It's like, I do not want that at all. Almost have our next party ready to go. Great, it's a bird's nest with a phoenix. And we're declaring war because I do not want them in our territory. So they went ahead and built a city before we could destroy it, but we are just going to raise it and get a whole bunch of money from that. Let's move on to our primary quest, and then whenever we get back up there, we'll be ready to take them down. Another Whispering Stone would be nice. I like that they spent Imperium to go out and do that. That's funny. A rare resource. Golems. Oh, good. Who could become our ally? Let's recommendations. I'm going to declare a friendship with them. That ought to improve. We did declare a quote-unquote unjust war, which I don't care, I am evil. Let's take out the Dragon Slayer. Or at least try to. They are a Dragon Slayer. Gonna march our people up. First of our heroes to try and do something about us. Should probably have done this before. But only one unit's not going to catch it. Give them some buffs. Give them a beautiful curse. Could have done it actually on this, and I keep little mistakes like that. we have the best chance of hitting. Before we move Eliath herself. That'd be pretty bad. She's probably gonna get beaten up if I put her right there. Back one and attack. And we got him burning and poisoned. Did take out our unit. Let's hit our main threat, which is definitely the Dragon Slayer. With the flanking damage. Hit him with a curse. Try not to lose our other melee unit. Just try to hit him. Take him out, so we have finish him off. That was a crit too, that was nice. Now all of our range units are free. Take them out with our fire. Hit them with our spears. These guys are definitely a bigger threat in my opinion. We can't take flanking damage, so we're not really too worried about Eliath. She should survive any attack. That takes them out. And it didn't. So long as the AI doesn't target Eliath, we should be okay. And they did. Well, all we need to do is win the battle. She'll be alright. And she also died. And we will feed on the corpses. Now we lost out on the experience. Actually, we didn't. Hey. Maybe next time I'll have it where it doesn't do that, because that's a game option. Let's see. What do we want? Let's concentrate on our dragon abilities. Ready for another expansion. And we're definitely going to get a research point. Gives Call of the Week to everything. Oh, we have 2. That's actually really nice. I want to move towards that tree, so... give it a whispering. And yep, our hero party of the Dragon Priest is ready to go to the surface. Very good. Very good indeed. Looks like we got some insurgents. I'll go and take care of them. With Eliath. Actually, we'll have her come back. She can fly over the water, so we don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. Don't know why I didn't take this path to start out with, actually. Now think of it. Oh well. Oh, that's a problem right there, Dreadnought. Not too far, we'll give them a Whispering Stone. And they're Reavers. Meaning they'll have some decent tech. Let's go back to this. Let's get some negotiation. I'll give you some gold. Well, if you give me some gold for it. Trade successful. Let's negotiate. I'll send you a gift of basically the same gold that they just spent. And get their friendship up. Quite smart, if I say so myself. Definitely need to do something about the city's unhappiness relatively soon. And we found the Toadkin. They definitely don't like us already. And they're relatively close to us. They're very powerful magic users. We'll allow Eliath herself to roam around underground and just take out a few different things. And we can get ourselves our first tier 2 tone, and we're definitely ready for that. Let's look around and see what we got available. Could do with a soul engine. No, we're just gonna stick with the chaos side of things.
Be the fog that seeps into the mind, bringing confusion, making fingers numbed by uncertainty lose their grip. Be the malaise that creeps into thoughts, sowing the seeds of madness, of insanity in those who oppose you. Be the
Those are
victor,
nice.
standing over the gibbering mess that was once your enemy.
Head over here. Stone mace. All this other stuff. Don't have a Whispering Stone at the moment, but it'll be alright. Alrighty, those are ruins, and we got a hostile army coming to us. That's nice. Nice and proper scary, because that's a scary unit. Those are some scary units, actually. On their way to us. Could try to build a cheap unit army. Do want to go ahead and have default fire damage. Ah, we found the orcs. Now we will want to wage war on the orcs to force them into subjugation and bring them back into the Dark Empire. Do we know where they are by chance? Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Rotation pack. Oh wow, that works. I'll take some mana. Declare friendship. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's following the road. Go ahead and grab that. Bunch of tier 1 units versus 2 tier 4s. It's not gonna end well. see. What does this do? Draft and mana goes up. And that'll give us more on the mana. We'll expand a little bit more. We lost 2 units. Both of them melee. Next turn we'll build another one and we'll try to get Eliath up there. Now we have a bunch of fire blades. Let's see, how long have we been going? Yeah, close to 2 hours. We'll do a couple more turns and call it at that for now. Eventually we'll have more time to actually stream. More than just a couple hours. Gonna start getting whom we can to fight off this threat. Build a little army. Even if the surrounding area is destroyed, we will take care of it. It's almost midnight my time. Oh yeah, hey. More dark points, that's nice. We thrive off of dark stuff like that. And we have another army to worry about over here. We could deal with it. Let's attack the renegades. Bring them there. Bring you guys up here. Then back over there. Go there. That wasn't good. Getting more of these renegades. Bomb, bam, boom. Elias just bitch slapped that guy. Yeah. One more unit. almost have them down. Let's see if this does enough damage. There we go. That increases stability, that's nice. Try to go over here and take out that army. And we're gonna call it here for now. Couple hours is pretty good, and I thank everybody who came by. We're going to raid. Dua, who is playing the Master Chief Collection of Halo. So we will see you all later, you alligators. Bye bye.